Hello. Welcome or welcome back to the stream. Who farted? It wasn't me. Because girls don't fart. That's disgusting. I am a girl and I have never farted. Girls never, ever, ever fart. They hold in a lifetime of farts. And then at the end of their lifespan, they have a methane explosion. And that's how women die. 100% of women have died from never farting. And that is a real fact. So, hello, Ricochet. I've got a cat crawling across the desk at the moment. Be careful, that's hot, Bubba. My cat is trying to work out how to cuddle with me while I'm streaming, but she doesn't like my gaming chair because it moves. And I think like she's kind of scared that it's unstable. She's just sitting on the desk now. Hello. Thank you, Bubba. That's all right. She's all right there. As long as she doesn't go near anything's hot, she'll be all right. Yep. That's it. So, hello, Hyperboovian. Yeah, that is true. Women don't fart ever. That's disgusting. We just die from holding in our farts in a gas explosion. It's true. Maybe. Hello, Zagalu. I don't know. I'm not real good at reading, guys. It's hard out here for the dyslexic gals. But yeah, you know, we try. Anyway, now that you've been educated on the biology of women's, we can do the crossword. Ooh. What are we gonna do? Go and do spelling bee. Play. Ooh, there we go. Ooh, okay. We have the letter N, the letter P, the letter I, the letter D, the letter G, the letter M, and we have to use the letter L. Lip liner? Lip lining? Lip lining. How is lip lining not a word? That's all the girls on their makeup tutorials do. They're like, oh, if you have small lips, just line your lips, and they all do it, and then it just looks like they drank some choking milk and didn't clean it. It doesn't make their lips look bigger. Like, it just looks like they had some Milo this morning and they forgot to wipe their top lip. But that's what lip lining looks like. I don't know. Maybe lipping. Not a word. Pinging. Oh, you can't have pinging. Nip. You can't have nip because it doesn't have an L in it. You have to use the letter L, and also it has to be at least 4 letters. So it does make it a bit harder. Hello, Kylan. Good to see you again. Map. I was gonna have mapping, but there's no A. Remember when we had the word pegging? That was so good. Idling? Like when you idle your car? Idling? Oh, it was a word. Who said pegging? I saw that one time I made the word pegging and I liked it. Quality gameplay to sleep to. Well, I'm glad I'm nice and boring for you. How are you today? I'm okay. I have pretty bad tummy cramps today, but that's just, you know, that's just part of life, I guess. Oh, good news. My nan has had her surgery and, you know, she's kind of confused and disoriented because she has Alzheimer's and she's in lots of pain, as one would imagine. When you smash your hip, it probably flippin' hurts. But yeah, in terms of like, you know, making it through the surgery and, you know, and surviving, it's that's good. That's what we like to see. Oh, gliding. We can have a gliding. Oh, I finished the game. How did I finish the game? Well, it's done. It's done, guys. That's it. Apparently we can spell. What was the other funny word that I made? I made the word pegging. I also found I did another word that was funny. Common queries informally. FAQs? I think it's a FAQ. Let's do that. Or as I like to call them, fucks. FAQs. Facts. It's like if you're really ochre. Can everybody see? Yeah, cool. Only 4-letter country with a Q in its name. Qatar? No, that doesn't work. Guam? No, that's not it. Q. Iraq! I wasn't thinking about last letters. That's good. TV's the white. The white. I don't know. The white something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 letters. The White House? Is there a TV show called The White House? The White Lotus. I only know about that because Lisa from Blackpink was in it, so everyone was talking about it. But everyone knows the best girl in Blackpink is Rosie because she is from Melbourne, and we can support other K-pop people, but mainly we support the Australian ones because, yeah. Something you might mark as red, probably an email. Late. Oh, this is a filet mignon. I don't know how to say it, I'm not French. But yeah. Burnt toast has a strong aroma. 5-letter country with a Q in its name, Qatar. Likely inspiration for the mythical kraken, squid. Sneaky. Sneaky. Fly. Blackpink is popular where you are. Would you say that Blackpink are in your area? Sorry, that's a bad joke. But yeah, one of the girls in Blackpink was born in New Zealand and grew up in Australia, and she's our favorite Blackpink. And 2 of the girls from New Jeans were born in Australia as well, and 2 of the guys from Stray Kids are Australian, and one of them, Felix, is from Western Sydney. So it's very exciting for me. I'm like, look at my sons and daughters doing so well in the overseas. I feel like I'm their mom. I'm like, look at my children excelling in the K-pop market. I'm so proud of them. I'm gonna knit them a jumper so they can stay warm during those Seoul winters, you know? Crochet them something nice. I think they would appreciate it. You saw Felix interview. He has a sick Aussie accent. He has the accent I used to have when I was a kid. I had that accent until I was about 14, 15. He has a very, very Western Sydney accent. So it is very cute. Sometimes when I'm really drunk, that accent comes out, but it's like a very Lebanese Australian accent. Everybody that grows up in Western Sydney kind of has a Lebanese aspect to their accent just because, yeah, it's just prominent in that area. So you pick it up when you are in primary school usually, or in preschool or kindy, depending on what state you're in. Where did baby go? Nah, I don't know where my cat went. She's given up trying to sleep on my desk. She's like, why is my mum jibber jabbering? I don't like it. Oh, Dipsy, that's me. La la po, Teletubbies, say hello. All right, sorry guys. I have lots of things wrong with my brain, clearly. All right, so the rules are 16 words, 4 words per category. There are 4 categories and 4 words per categories. We don't know what the categories are, so we have to group words together that may form a category and see if that was the category when we guess. And if we're wrong, we lose a life. These are our lives. We have 4 lives. Or maybe we have no life because we are playing New York time games. And, you know, that's okay. That's okay. It's all right. Okay. Well, only one of these is actually a Teletubby because it wasn't Dipsy. I think it was Tipsy. La la. And there was Po. There's no Teletubby called No. I think it's trying to trick you. Gaff. A gaff, a no-no, a boo-boo. A gaff, a no-no, a boo-boo, and what's another? I dropped my mouse. Sorry, guys. Woo, that scared the shit out of me. All right, guys, I just had a hand spasm and my hand, sometimes I have random hand spasms and my hand just like, I don't know, my hand just spasmed and I like threw my mouse. I threw my mouse. Okay, it's all right, we're back. All right, we've got Boo Boo, No No, Gaff, and we need another one. Dipsy, Dream, Cheese, Satellite Dish, Lala, Goo Goo, Teletubby, Yankee, Radio Tower, Never Never, Flub, Insect, Fantasy. What's another? Good thing I'm not a surgeon. Well, funny you say that, Delta. I actually I got good enough marks to study medicine, but by that point, I already had a bad hand tremor. And Flub, as in Flub the Line. Okay, I've literally never heard that, but all I know is Flubber, the movie with Robin Williams. But yep, Blunder. There you go. I got 3 out of 4. That's all right. Yankee. Surgeon story. Oh yeah. So I started like developing a really, really bad hand trauma when I was like 17. So I was like, well, can't be a surgeon now because I can't hold anything steady. So that's you know. Oh, I think I told the story here where I burnt the F out of my foot. I think I told the story here where I burnt the F out of my foot and had like a blister from my toe across my foot all the way to like my ankle. And that was because my hand had a spasm when I was taking lasagna out of the oven and I dropped the lasagna on the ground and it was like molten hot and the bechamel sauce like splattered and it landed on my foot. And I was just jumping around on one foot screaming and my housemate came running in and they didn't know what to do. So they got a wet tea towel and they wiped the bechamel off my foot and it pulled off a whole bunch of skin with it. And yeah, it was a whole thing, but it actually healed up really well. It actually healed up very, very, very well. But I was on crutches for like 5 weeks because it was so painful. And I just had my foot in an ice bath for like about 20 hours because if I took it out, I was just unbearable. The pain was unbearable, so I just had it in there. And then I just used Medi Honey on my foot. I had it wrapped up for a while. Anyway, the point of the story is like, I'm just bad at like with things with lasagna and feet. Yeah, there's probably someone's fetish lasagna and feet. Oh gosh. I gave them an idea. Yeah, some girl's probably getting a DM now for a special OnlyFans request to put her foot in lasagna or something. I bet you some guy's writing her a DM being like, hey baby, hey baby. Oh dear. I'm sorry whoever you are, girl, that is being made to make a lasagna so you can stick your foot in there. Anyway, yeah, it's I don't know. It's just the stupidest way to hurt yourself. Because did you know how dumb I felt telling everybody the story about how I hurt myself? Yeah. It's just not like it's not a cool way. Like people that hurt themselves in like sexy ways, like they were riding their motorbike or like they were doing, cool things on their jet ski or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, I dropped the lasagna on the floor and then the bechamel sauce went on my foot. Like, okay. All right. I mean, sure. I really don't know what's going to be next. All right, let's have a look. We got Lala, Dipsy, Dream, Never Never, Cheese, Fantasy, Satellite Dish, Teletubby, Insect, Google, Radio Tower. Could this be something to do? Lala Land, Fantasy Land, Never Never Land, Dreamland. Ooh, that's a good thing. Your left arm got broken when you were in kindergarten. I hope in an accident and not from child abuse, because there's a lot of that going around at the moment in our daycares, it would seem like. Hopefully you just fell off something. I mean, it's not good that you fell off something, but it's better than a psycho hurting you. La La Land, Fantasyland. La La Land, Fantasyland. Oh, we got Satellite Dish, Radio Tower. Nah. I thought I was onto something, but there's no other. Oh, a Teletubby has a television in the middle of its tummy, doesn't it? Wasn't that the whole thing? Teletubby, Satellite Dish, Radio Tower. Maybe I jumped the gun a little bit. Dipsy. I think you're thinking of dish. There's already a satellite dish here. But I don't know, I could be wrong. I am often wrong, so, you know, I would not necessarily trust me. I would not necessarily trust my judgment because I do maim myself with lasagnas and that is a very special skill, guys. It's a very special skill. I feel like I want to show people the photos of it because it happened a while ago. It happened like maybe 6-7 years ago, but I still have photos of it on my phone because I was showing everyone. And they were all like, Jesus Christ, because it was just like this giant blister that was like 2 centimeters above, like off my foot. It was huge. And it was like, your friend accidentally pushed you off the slide. Aw. Yeah, little kids don't often know that like, hey, if I push my friend off this high place, it's gonna... If you can see feet, don't do it. Yeah, but it's not a sexy foot. It's like, it's like an injured foot. Although I have been told I have nice feet. But yeah, I've never actually like dated a guy that's into feet. Like, how do you, I don't actually do, yeah. Yeah, because there's guys that are into gore. Because I dated a guy who was a photographer. And when I say dated, I use the word very loosely. I mean, we went out for drinks like twice and he was really weird. And I never, you know, went home with him or anything like that because he just gave me bad vibes. But, yeah, he was like into like, yeah, he was into like he had a fetish for porn that like had like a lot of like fake blood and like photo shoots and like of girls that were like covered in blood, and he wanted to like do a photo shoot of like me covered in fake blood, and I was like, yeah, I'm good, mate. That's ciao. Catch you later, buddy. Catch you later. Yeah, it's I don't know, because like if you're into that, how soon before you're on the dark web watching like snuff stuff, right? Oh, speaking of, this is a segue. I forgot I was going to talk about this and I forgot about it. Now I remember. I'll just look it up. French streamer dies. Just so I don't forget. That reminded me of something actually. But yeah, he told me that he liked that or something, and I was like, oh, okay, because he was kind of, I don't know, he was actually pretty good looking, and I thought it was weird that he was like so awkward, and I'm like, oh, that's weird. And then the second time I met him, he was a lot more forthcoming about like what a freak he was, and I was like, yeah, nah, I'm not. No, goodbye, sir, goodbye. But you know, sometimes you just get some free beers and you excuse yourself from the conversation. It was oof, yeah, like that is an odd fetish for like fake blood and guts being on like hot naked girls. Isn't that really weird? I don't know, I feel like it's weird. You think it's a red flag? Yeah. I actually forgot about that guy because me and my girlfriends were laughing about it for like 6 months. It was a joke like that we would bring up for like 6 months, and then we just, you know, we moved on and we forgot that guy existed. But yeah, people were like, why do you attract such freaks? Well, you know, I attract a lot of different people, to be honest. Once when I had to go to hospital, the doctor was hitting on me, and my friend that was with me was so angry because he was like, why are you hitting on somebody that's just been assaulted? This was in 2019, right? This was in 2019 when I said after the grand final with GWS and Richmond, when that girl like choke slammed me and stuff. Anyway, the police wanted me to go to hospital, so I went to the hospital and I had like a neck brace on and stuff. And yeah, the doctor was like full on like flirting with me. Like very, very obviously flirting with me. And it was, yeah, it was, I don't know. Look, I've had some guys, that's not the first doctor that's hit on me either. When I was like a student, when I was living in Sydney and I was at uni, so I think I was like 18 or 19, I went to the doctors because I needed some antibiotics because I had a really bad throat and chest infection. And there was a young doctor there, like I would say he would have been like mid-20s, and maybe he just started practicing medicine. so this was like an inner Sydney suburb doctor, and he was full flirting with me, and he was asking me what clubs I go to, and like, oh, if he turned up there on Friday night, would I be there? And I'm like, yeah, but it's a goth club. Like, I don't think you're gonna go well there, mate. But yeah. Anyway, like, yeah, I just attract all types of weirdos, to be honest. It's kind of a free for all. Although I have the only female friends that I've made in Melbourne have been with lesbians that have been hitting on me, but I've been too dumb to realize that they're hitting on me, and I thought they've been trying to be my friend. So I've been like, the first friend that I made in Melbourne, she like asked me to go out for drinks with her, and I was like, oh yeah, and I thought she wanted to be my friend, and then she tried to kiss me, and then I was like, I'm like, oh, I'm straight, and she was like, oh, she was like, you don't give off straight vibes, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm, you know, pretty into the male genitalia, I must say. But then we just became friends. But yeah, I guess, yeah, I don't know. I'm just sending out signals to everyone apparently. Maybe I'm too friendly or something. I don't know. Anyway, but we ended up being really good friends until she moved back to New South Wales. But we still talk sometimes, so that's nice. She's a really nice girl, and you know, God bless the lesbians. They're good people. We like them. I have no idea what the next category is, guys. Did he wear Dangerfield? You know what? Possibly. He did definitely have like that wannabe emo look, so he could possibly have been wearing Dangerfield, to be honest. Although I have a dress that I bought from Dangerfield ages ago that's really, really, really nice. So, you know, sometimes, occasionally, they can produce a nice thing. Male genitals are pretty gay. Yeah, they're pretty phallic. Male genitals are pretty phallic. Is Dangerfield kind of crap now? Yeah, 100% is it. It seems to be pretty shitty. It seems to be just stuff off Shein, and they put like their own label on it. Because Shein have like their own like goth section on Shein where you can just bypass like Dangerfield. The one at High Point is always empty. Yeah, I've noticed that too. Oh, do you know what's really funny? They have a shop. They have a like maternity shop at High Point, and it's called Ripe. RIPE. I don't know, it always makes me feel sick. It's like, ooh, are you ripe, baby? It's like, ooh. Don't describe the female body as being ripe. What the heck? What? Yeah, it's funnier than Jizz Fashion. No, Jizz Fashion is definitely the best shop that ever existed. And like, yeah, Jizz Fashion was so good. I love Jizz Fashion. I'm so sad it's gone. I wanted to take my future children and be like, Jizz Fashion. Oh, that's the other one. It's called Seed. I was trying to remember the other one. There's another maternity shop in High Point called Seed. So that if you're like a pregnant mother and you're looking for maternity clothes, your options are Seed, which I guess you had shotting you to make your baby. That's lovely. Seed is okay. No, because Seed makes me think of like spoof, like ejaculate. It's like I know that's how you get a baby, but like sometimes when you've just had sushi and you're walking through, you know, when you've just been at the food court and you see a baby shop called Seed and another one called Ripe, it's like, oh, I feel a bit queasy now. Anyway, we should try and work out this puzzle. It's my fault. I keep on yammering on about nothing when you've just been slamming salmon eggs. Yeah. Sometimes you just don't want to see that, you know. When you've had some questionable food that's been sitting in a bain-marie all day and you're like, oh. Please. All right. What could this possibly be? The words we have left are Teletubby, satellite dish, dip, tip, dips, dipsy, cheese, Yankee, radio tower, Google, and insect. Shuffle? Let's shuffle. Do the shuffle. The atrium is pretty sus. That's what they call the food court. Yeah, with the jungle gym. Yeah, because it looks like it could be a strip club. I said that to my friend last time we were at High Point. I said, the atrium looks like a strip club. Like, it looks like one of those really, like, fancy ones that, like, have a theme. Like, it looks like it could have, like, hot girls on trapezes and they're wearing, you know, like, cheetah outfits or, like, you know, like a cheetah bikini. And one's, like, wearing the zebra ears. And, you know, they're just, like, swinging from the, hello, Farron, good to see you. And they're just, you know, it looks like it's like an adult themed entertainment, you know, place. And even the atrium sounds like it's like, you know, a nightclub. Why are people talking about intercourse in the chat? Because we were talking about these maternity shops that are in this shopping center in Melbourne, and one's called Ripe and one's called Seed. So that's why we were talking. That's why we were talking about it. Sorry you had to walk in on that, but we we were having a an MA 15 plus conversation. High Point is great. Yeah, I love High Point. I like going there late on Thursday night and getting like the Chinese when it's on, like, you know how they mark down all the stuff in the food court just as they're closing? I always go and try and grab some Chinese on the way out. Sneaky, sneaky. I have no idea what these other two themes could be, other than, like, I want to say radio tower and satellite dish are for broadcasting. The Teletubbies broadcasted on their tummies. And does Google own a broadcasting platform? Because Twitch has Amazon. Google has YouTube, right? Maybe let's try that. Nope. I messed up. Sorry, guys. We could have got a perfect score and I ruined it. Should you put on the haram tag? Nah. Maybe swap one? Yeah, we were one away, but I just don't know which one. Things with antenna. Oh, you're so smart. You're so smart, Pseudomastix. Oh, I think you've got it. Teletubby, insect, radio tower. Does a satellite dish have antenna? It does, right? Yay! Thank you so much. You did it. Wow, I'm so excited. Exactly, a hero of our times is Pseudomastix. We love to see it. What a genius. What a genius. Speaking of weirdos that are into snuff and, like, that whole thing, you are a god. You are a god amongst men, Pseudomastix. We love to see it. Speaking of, you know how I was saying that's that weirdo dude that I went on, went out to drinks with, like, twice? How I was saying, like, he'd probably end up on the dark web watching actual snuff? Well, this guy in France, I don't know, there's like these kick streamers. Yeah, these are these kick streamers, and apparently they were torturing this French man who had, like, mental health issues. They were torturing him for ages and he eventually died. And from what I can tell, they were like, this was like some snuff stuff. Like, the people that were watching this was like, you know, accessible snuff for people, or entry-level snuff, right? Because the people that were watching this, they're more than likely going to go out and seek out, like, the hardcore snuff stuff on the internet now, you know, where, like, people are kidnapped and tortured horrifically and you pay to, like, get the torturers to do stuff, and, like, it's a whole thing. I think that, like, this is gonna be a gateway, because this is on Kick, right, where there are some normies. This, you know, just normal kids are watching this and they're developing a fetish for watching people getting tortured. And yeah, it's so disturbing. But I'll read the article, because shut up, Guardian. I'm not giving you money. I am poor. I am the proletariat. You give me money. Thank you. French streamer dies live online after months of apparent mistreatment. John Promenov. I want to say his name properly, because the poor fella died. Featured regularly in videos in which he appeared to be assaulted or humiliated as viewers watched. I don't know. It's so messed up. Look at the poor guy. He's, like, emaciated. He's emaciated and he's still trying so hard to like dress really nicely. French authorities are investigating the death of a man during a live video stream on the Kick platform, where he had regularly been shown enduring violence and humiliation. Yeah, why didn't Kick ban it? Why didn't Kick kick them off? You know, for a platform called Kick, they sure don't ever kick people off, jeez. Prosecutors ordered an autopsy and opened an investigation into the death of the man, 46, in the village of Contes, north of Nice, on Monday. France's junior minister for AI and digital technology, Clara Chapaz, said Rachel Craven, known online as John, is it Jean or John? Pormanov, had featured regularly in videos on Kick where he was physically assaulted or humiliated by co-streamers as viewers watched live. The death of Jean Promanov and the violence he suffered are absolutely horrific, Chapaz wrote on X. Kick Francois said it would cooperate with authorities and was undertaking a review of its French content. A priority is to protect creators and ensure a safer environment on Kick, it wrote on X. All co-streamers who participated in the live broadcast have been banned pending the ongoing investigation. Kick is a live streaming platform registered in Australia that shares revenue with its content creators. Chapay said... Chapay? I think it's Chapay because it's Saint Tropez, right? And that's got a Z at the end. Chapay said a judicial investigation was underway and that she had referred the matter to Digital and Audiovisual Communications regulator, ARCOM, and filed a report to Pharos, France's internet portal for reporting illicit internet content. She also said she had asked Kick for explanation. The responsibility of online platforms for dissemination of illegal content is not optional, it is the law, she said. Yassine Sadoni, a lawyer for one of the two co-streamers seen abusing Pormanov, told BFM television the victim had cardiovascular problems and that the violence in the videos was acted. All these scenes are just staged. They followed a script, he said. French media have shown excerpts of hour-long videos during which Promanov is seen suffering blows, insults, strangulation, dousing with paint and oil, and being shot with a paintball gun. It is not clear from the excerpts whether Promanov had subjected himself to the violence voluntarily or was forced to endure it, nor whether the action was real or staged. I mean, the autopsy would show if there was trauma from all of those things. Just because someone's got a heart problem, it doesn't mean that you didn't induce the heart attack, right? Like, I have heart problems, but you could easily put me under enough stress to induce a heart attack. That would still be your fault, right? So I think they mean like it's registered in Australia as in like it's also registered in Australia, like, hang on, let me Control F. Shut up, you. Kick is a live streaming platform registered in Australia. I don't think it's exclusively registered in Australia, but I think it's also registered in Australia. Because they also have a French, it says here that they have their Kick France, like, is a separate entity. So I think they just mean it's also registered in Australia. That's my understanding reading the text anyway. Reminds you of Polymarket? What's Polymarket? Sorry, I'm not down with the kids, guys. Pardon me, I'm having some water. Anyway, yeah, that's why, like, I think watching stuff like this is... Remember when we were watching that video about the guys that were paying to watch cats get tortured on the internet and then, like, they move on to humans? This is going to... The people that were watching this, they were probably, you know, getting some type of sexual gratification from watching that, because people that watch snuff, they get off on, like, people being tortured and people being hurt. But yeah, they're going to seek out more severe forms of this content, right? Which means they're going to go on the dark web, right? Where they're going to actually pay to have people tortured and murdered, and it's absolutely nuts. People were betting how many houses would burn down during the LA fires, and you could even put a bet on if 9/11 could happen again. Yeah. Ugh. People have problems, man. People have problems. People are sick. Death tolls in wars, it's so dark. Yeah, people are disgusting. I am surprised. What I mean to say is I'm constantly surprised by how depraved humans can be. Just when I think I've like read the worst accounts or seen the worst accounts of like the most disgusting, vile things humans can do, they always find a way to one-up it. They always find a way to top it, and it's disgusting. But yeah, look at this look how skinny he is. And apparently his mum was begging with the guys that had him captive to like let him go. And they were telling him to tell his mum that like, no, I want to be here, blah, 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 blah. But apparently he had really bad mental health issues too. It's so easy to take like advantage of him. He was probably very naive. He probably thought like, it was probably very easy to convince that like they were his friends. He might not have any friends because, you know, sometimes if you have a mental illness, it's hard to make friends. Like I know, I think I've said this before, but one of my siblings developed paranoid schizophrenia after initially having drug-induced psychosis. And when he was taking lots of drugs and he had lots of money for drugs, you know, everyone was his friend. But then when he started having problems, when he started acting weird, when he started acting irrational, when he's lost his mind, all of his friends disappeared, right? Because he was just a weird, smelly guy talking to himself in the middle of the road, like. And, you know, when I had my brother down here, I remember I was walking through Brunswick with him and everybody was just staring at him and judging him because he was like, he was, you know, he was in his own world and he was talking to himself and just seeing how people looked at him, it made me so mad. It made me so upset. Like I actually wanted to like yell at them and punch them, be like, fucking fuck off, dickhead. Like, I don't know. People are so cruel. It just, it's very heartbreaking. But, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to say. I hope these people are dragged over the coals. But, I don't think France is, like, has very harsh sentences for crimes. So, I don't necessarily know that anything will necessarily, happen to the guys that were torturing him. But, you know, at the very least, I would hope for life sentences in jail, but he had a pre-existing heart condition. Yeah, so all the more reason not to torture him then, dickheads. It's like, oh yeah, we knew he was fragile and we tortured him anyway. That's literally like, that's a pretty dumb thing for a lawyer to argue because there I just disproved it. I just said why it's not a mitigating circumstance, but a contributing circumstance. You knew he had a pre-existing heart condition and you subjected him to torture regardless. That actually makes you more culpable because you knew he was fragile. Bam! Should I go? Well, I can't speak French, obviously, from me trying to stumble over those French. La Francois. Moi, je suis panda. Chan. I don't know how to speak French. I know how to say ménage à trois. Ménage à trois. Ménage à trois. The only thing you need to know when you go to France and you want to have a threesome. Ménage à trois. Voulez-vous coucher avec moi ce soir? I think that's, do you want to sleep with me? I don't know. I think that's all you need to know, isn't it? Omelette du fromage. Croissant. I don't know. Anyway, let's see some carjackers get staunched by some random guys in Richmond.